Hey, what's up, guys? You're watching Bobsdecline, Lineman Blogger, where we talk about anything and everything that has to do with power lines. So we do have something a little bit different for you guys here today. I actually just got finished participating in a virtual conference. You see, in Canada, we have what's called Take Our Kids to Work Day today. And normally we'd give some students the opportunity to join us out on the cruise, give them a hard hat and some safety glasses, and they could observe from a safe distance what we do as linemen. Unfortunately, that's not a possibility this year, so I did submit a quick 10-minute video to hopefully give students a better idea of what it is that we do out there. If you know any students that are interested in the trade, and maybe this video will give you a better idea of some of the stuff we run into, feel free to share it. Hope you guys enjoy, and don't forget at the end to drop me a fist bump along with where it is that you're watching from. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Take Our Kids to Work Day 2020, where normally you'd be sitting beside me in the cab of this truck, but as I'm sure you all know, this year's been anything but normal, and that's why you're staring at me on your computer screen right now instead, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. You see, the purpose of Take Our Kids to Work Day is to give students the opportunity to experience the working world and learn about either your parents' job or a career path that may interest you. And I'd hate for you to join along and watch me change light bulbs all day or something. That can be boring. So I'm hoping that doing this as a video presentation will give us a much better opportunity to show you what it's really like to be a lineman. On my way. If becoming a lineman is something that you are interested in, you want to make sure that you go all the way and get your certification as a journeyman. Becoming a certified journeyman lineman will maximize your opportunity for employment pretty much anywhere in the world. As a journeyman lineman, you're going to have training and exposure in many tasks such as construction and maintenance of power lines, both overhead, underground, distribution and transmission lines, even substation work. You're going to learn the fine art of working with power lines while they're still energized and how to troubleshoot that what cannot be seen, smelled, or touched. Well, most of the time. So what's it like being a lineman on just a regular day? When there's no power outages and construction season is slow, it might surprise you some of our responsibilities. Yeah, getting a little kinky here. All right, so first things first, guys. As a lineman, first thing you're gonna need is your commercial driver's license. Basically, you're gonna be a truck driver. You're gonna need air brakes training and a clean driving record. You're also gonna have to have a basic knowledge in mechanics in order to safely operate and maintain your vehicle. You're going to find yourself hauling large trailers with heavy equipment on board, or even poles that can be up to 90 feet in length. Secondly, you're going to be a certified mobile crane operator, which is a whole nother trade in itself. As a mobile crane operator, you're going to be trained on how to safely operate a boom, read load charts, and make heavy lifts. Some booms are equipped with augers for digging holes, some have a man lift. There's even booms that are specially designed for working on live transmission lines. And probably what could be considered the most versatile boom of them all, and that's your own two legs. Contrary to popular belief, linemen still climb poles. A lot. And virtually any task you can imagine can be accomplished without the use of a machine. It can be tough and physically grueling, but you're going to learn the endless capabilities of using rope blocks and levers, And there's no better feeling than when you accomplish the impossible with nothing more than some rope and a few good men and women.
I'll close it from the ground after.
You're also going to be working side by side with many other trades. Power lines are virtually everywhere. They're not only overhead, but also underground. And at any point, if work is being done near power lines, we need to be on site. It could be to locate buried cables, temporarily move, or even cover energized lines.
This stuff here is 1000 volt wrap.
And even in extreme cases, de-energized and ground cables where safe limits of approach cannot be maintained. When it comes to working near power lines, one of our most important tasks is to attend emergency calls. See, every time there's a structure fire, a lineman must be on site. You're going to need to think fast in order to make the scene safe for firefighters and other emergency personnel. And this is going to sometimes require shutting off power to hundreds or even thousands of customers.
Just one of the other responsibilities of working as a lineman. Standing by right now with a fairly large building fire. And we've got the main road shut down. You can see the fire hose running right across the road there. And I've actually got a 3-phase line open feeding this building across the road.
Similar response will also be required for vehicle accidents, sporting events, construction accidents. Virtually any situation that you can think of in which emergency assistance is required, where power lines have the potential of becoming a hazard. So how do you train for such spontaneous and unpredictable events? How do you troubleshoot something you can't even see? Your training as a lineman will include a complex set of rules, equipment, and procedures that will allow you to safely navigate your way through virtually any situation, keeping in mind one ultimate goal: the safety of yourself and others. These tools, procedures, and even your training are something that are ever evolving. Throughout your entire career, you're going to learn something new every day. This may all sound pretty intense, and it is, but that's certainly not always the case. Oftentimes, you're going to be occupying your day with troubleshooting common complaints such as flickering lights, safety concerns, or even participating in community services.
So one of the things I noticed during my inspection, you can see this lighting arrestor on the center phase. There is a small crack.
We must also inspect all of our equipment on the line. It might simply mean doing your due diligence by keeping an eye on things, or involve documented inspections of more unique equipment such as voltage regulators, capacitor banks, even in the entire substation. Sometimes this even requires an actual oil sample from the device, which is analyzed much in the same way as a blood test, but for a machine.
Something missing from this pole. Oh, there it is.
Regardless of what you're doing, you're going to be wearing what we call PPE, and that's your personal protective equipment. On a basic level, this is your hard hat, eye protection, and steel toe boots. PPE can also become more specialized depending on the task that you're doing, such as rubber gloves, which must be worn when working near energized equipment, or even special pants and boots that are required when operating a chainsaw. So speaking of operating a chainsaw, trees are also something that's going to take up a ton of your time as a lineman. Over the next 30 minutes, we're going to cover some basic scenarios that... No, I'm just joking. Actually, we've got an entire department dedicated to what can be considered the most complicated and difficult subject from both our perspective and the public's alike. So I'm going to leave that to our vegetation department to dive into that a little deeper.
Oh, I hear sirens again.
As you can see, guys, being a lineman requires a lot of diversity.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
You're going to become pretty much a jack of all trades. You're going to find yourself working in many different environments, not only in sub-zero temperatures accompanied by strong winds, sleet, and snow, but also in extreme heat, rain, flooding, even electrical storms.
You patrol, looks like a lightning struck, blew the fuse, you're looking for...
The conditions aren't always ideal, but one thing's for sure is that as a lineman, you will always push forward with the proper training, safety gear, and what's considered the most improved safety culture out of any trade out there. Line work has its own universal language. It doesn't matter where you go. When it comes time to work, we put our differences aside and become part of the largest brotherhood or sisterhood in the world, where safety of ourselves and each other is our top priority. So in closing, guys, being a lineman can be tough, but it's really a lot of fun. There's not a day that goes by that I regret choosing this as my career path. It's an extremely rewarding job where you learn lots and you have the opportunity to meet people from all over the world. All right, so thanks for watching, guys, and I'd love to take this time to answer any questions that you guys may have.